Penguin Random House Audio presents The Ghost Woods by C.J. Cooke. Read for you by Paula Masterton.
For my daughters, Melody, Summer and Willow, and for all the women and children who passed through Scotland's mother and baby homes. In a minute or two, the caterpillar crawled away into the grass, merely remarking as it went, "One side will make you grow taller, and the other side will make you grow shorter." One side of what? The other side of what? Thought Alice to herself. "Of the mushroom," said the caterpillar. Lewis Carroll, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, 1865. He wha tills the fairies green, na luck again shall hae, and he wha spills the fairies ring, betide him want and way. Traditional Scottish rhyme. "You're going to kill me," he says with a whimper. "You want me to burn in the fire." His words land like blows. I look over his sweet face, at his soft brown eyes that hold no guile. Why would he say such a thing? "Do you know why?" I whisper. The words are hard to say. "Because of what I am." I reach out and take his hand in mine. "I would never, ever hurt you," I say gently. A shadow falls across his face. "But you will." Just 5 years old, filled with such terrible knowledge. My son. It is said the daughter of the richest hall in the Scottish borders liked to read in the ancient wood nearby, where the trees were so old their trunks had whitened and their branches were gnarled and crooked. One day, the girl fell asleep on the forest floor, and as she slept, she dreamt she was visited by a malign and hideous creature, old as time and twisted as a vine, dripping in thick black slime. This was the witch, Nicnevan, Scotland's Hecate, in one of her many forms. When the girl woke, she raced home and dared not visit the forest for many months. 9 moons later, the girl delivered a baby, despite swearing she had lain with no man. The doctor who attended took one look at the child and fled. While the child had a cherubic human face, long fibrous roots extended from its fingers, toes, and navel. Its ears were budding twigs, and the crown of its head was what appeared to be the spongy cap of a mushroom. The parents would not allow such a creature to live, and it is said that Nicnevan cast a spell on each of them, possessing their minds until they hated each other or took their own lives out of confusion and misery. The family was forever cursed for their cruel act. But the witch would not let the hall go to waste. The hall, Nicnevan decided, would be reclaimed as her kingdom, a palace of rot and ruin, hence the name, Lichen Hall. The History of Lichen Hall. Footnote 11. The Magical World of Fungi. A. E. Llewellyn, 1937. Then. Mabel. Dundee, Scotland, May 1959. I have a ghost in my knee. There's a small pocket just behind the kneecap and she's hiding in there, all tucked up in the soft mattress of cartilage. She's very small and terrified, so I'm sitting with that leg slightly straightened so I don't disturb her. I've not said a word about this to anyone. They'd think I'm mad. "Mabel, are you listening?" Ma's eyes are wide, as if she's trying to wake herself up, but her hands tell a different story. She's holding on to the strap of her handbag, knuckles white as though we're on a fairground ride. "Did you hear what Dr. McCann just said?" I nod, but I didn't hear. Not really. I'm always doing this, sliding off into a daydream. I look over the file on the desk beside us. I can see my name, Mabel Ann Haggith, date of birth, 12th of March 1942, 98 pounds, 5'2". Dr. McCann peers down his spectacles, his fat red fingers laced together like a sea creature. The air in the room pulses with a sense that I've done something wrong.
When was the date of your last menstrual period, Miss Haggith?
He asks. I'm not sure. Embarrassment hits me like a slap. Nobody has ever asked me that before. It's a private thing.
Do try and recall,
he says wearily. Ma nudges me as though I'm being rude. My monthlies have always been irregular, I stammer.
I only need to know about one menses, Miss Haggith, Mr. McCann sighs. The last one.
Just before Christmas, I say, remembering how the ground seemed to tilt that morning in the bakery when I was putting in the first batch of mince pies. A strong twist in my groin, and I knew what was happening. Unlike now. Dr. McCann scribbles something down before flipping through the calendar on his desk. More scribbling and muttering. The ghost in my knee gives a cough.
5 months,
Dr. McCann announces suddenly,
which suggests a due date around the end of September.
He licks his finger and thumb and plucks a leaflet from a pile on his desk.
Here,
he says, passing it to Ma.
I expect you'll wish to make inquiries as soon as you can.
Ma takes the leaflet with a sob. The ghost is restless, unable to sleep now. I rub my kneecap furiously until Ma pulls my hand away irritated. Who was it? She snaps, her eyes flashing. Was it that awful boy, Jack? Jack? I say, frowning. I don't understand. What's wrong with me? Am I dying?
Dying? Dr. McCann starts to laugh. Come on, Mabel. You're 17, you're not a child.
Would have thought you'd keep your legs crossed, Ma hisses, angry tears wobbling in her eyes. And that dirty, disgusting boy. I knew it would come to this. I knew it. It's only when I see the title of the leaflet that it dawns on me. A slow realisation like creeping fingers along my neck. St. Luke's Mother and Baby Home. The front of the leaflet bears a picture of a woman sitting in bed, a man and woman beside her. They're all smiling, and she's handing a baby to them. A subheading reads, Adoption is the best option for unwed mothers. They think I'm expecting a baby. That's what this is. I'm not having a baby, I protest loudly. And I almost go to tell them about the ghosts that sometimes sleep in my lungs or hide in my gums, and that maybe there's a ghost in my womb and they've mistaken it for a baby. But instead I say, I'm a virgin, which causes Dr. McCann to splutter into a laugh. But it's true. I am a virgin. I've never had sex. Not even the type you do with your hands. Dr. McCann looks at Ma, whose face is tight, lips pursed. A fact I heard once drifts into my mind. The average person tells 1 or 2 lies a day, but is lied to up to 200 times a day. I know I've told the truth. So is Dr. McCann lying? My stepdad, Richard, is waiting for us in the car when we go outside.
Everything okay?
He asks Ma, and she presses her face into his chest as though we've just fled a war. He narrows his eyes and looks from her to me.
What did you do?
He says. I keep my knees straight for the ghost, but she's moved. I can feel her in my tummy now, dancing. It's that Jack, Ma whispers, stricken. He's got Mabel in trouble. Jack's my friend from 2 doors down. We've been seeing each other, but we've never gone further than kissing. It's not Jack, I say, afraid that she's going to pin blame on him when he's innocent. Mother of God, she hisses, crossing herself.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?